Hey everyone, welcome to another episode of the Miami Comedy Podcast. I'm Manny Garavito, and today we're going to be talking about how are we going to upgrade the Miami experience now that spring break is right around the corner. Here's the thing about being a tourist in Miami. When you come here, they give you the worst advice on what to do. When you go online, when you go on YouTube, they say things like, hey, why don't you go to Miami Beach and walk around the sand? We already know that. We already know that if we go to Miami Beach, we're going to experience the sand and the water and the sun. But what are the real experiences of Miami? If your travel agent is suggesting you to go to Miami, your travel agent doesn't care about you. Because that's like saying, hey, why don't you rent out this cabin next to a volcano while it's active? You never know what's going to happen in our city during spring break. It's like GTA out there, but to each their own. If you're living on the edge and you want to come here during this time of the year, that's your call. But I highly recommend travel agents out there that are telling their clients to come to Miami to provide bail money in advance, just in case, because you're going to need it. The real Miami experience is where you're actually a little scared on what's going to happen tonight when you're out. You don't know the kind of people you're going to see in Miami Beach. It's a random spectrum of personalities. Because in Miami Beach, you could see someone with a very long beard, they're dirty, and they have shorts and flip-flops on. You might think they're homeless, but they're actually a millionaire. His mansion is right down the block. Travel guides, why don't you give them the experience they're going for? How about instead you give them an experience they'll never forget that goes on brand with Miami? Why don't you give them the Cocaine Cowboys experience, where you get on a speedboat and you're racing down the waters of Miami Beach and you're role playing. Whoever is piloting the boat tells the passengers, all right, guys, I hate to break it to you. There's millions of dollars worth of cocaine in the hull of this boat, and we just got a tip off that we're about to get chased by a helicopter. And then you got your boy, which is your partner, flying a helicopter, high speed, and then now there's a chase scene that your clients can experience. And you can give them fake guns, like fake electronic guns or something. They can shoot at the helicopter and stuff like that. They take photos. The Miami Vice City experience. We escaped with millions of dollars of contraband on the boat. It's a great experience. It's legal. People are already offering boat rides and helicopter rides. Why not include it as a role play? That's why people come to Miami. They don't come here to do cute stuff. They come here to pretend to be scammers, to be gangsters. They want to live life dangerously. Help them achieve that experience. I think bus tours are a waste of time. Why would you want to get stuck on traffic? Just because there's no roof on the second layer of that bus? Who cares? Oh, look, there's that so-and-so building. Oh, look, there's Maserati parked illegally. What is so special? How about instead of a bus tour, somebody out there provides a street takeover tour guide? All right, this is probably illegal, but you might be able to make some money off of this if you can pull it off. And that's where you, somebody that owns a fast car, preferably a loud Honda Civic, you offer a tour where you and your buddies take over the Palmetto, and then your client is sitting as a passenger in your car, and you start doing donuts at 2:30 in the morning. Now, of course, not only is this illegal, it's also very dangerous, but you just have them sign off a waiver where there is no liability in case of an accident or in case you guys get arrested. But I think that's a tour guide that people would pay lots of money to experience. Where people out there in Miami are taking over the streets, the cops show up, and everybody just scatters. And then right back to your hotel room, safe and sound. Why would you offer a Little Havana tour guide and recommend people eat ice cream while they're in Little Havana? That's not a good idea. That's not a good experience. Oh, while you're in town in Miami, you should go visit Little Havana. Go experience the culture. Eat some ice cream while you walk down Calle Ocho. That's boring. What's the real Little Havana experience? How about you drink 3 shots of cafecito, you walk up and down the streets of Calle Ocho, you feel your heart racing, and all of a sudden, you've got the confidence to go band for band playing dominoes with a guy named Junior with a Y. You lose $3,000 in an hour, and then visit a santera. You tell her all about your problems and stresses of life, and she'll cleanse you by surrounding you with chicken carcasses, incense, and candles. That's the real Little Havana experience. The real Little Havana experience is when you go to Calle Ocho at a nightclub with your wife, and some salsa dancer swoops her off her feet, and all you could do is just watch as your wife has the time of her life getting twirled around the dance floor. That's the real Little Havana experience. Another tourist experience that you should really take in to really understand the city of Miami is you gotta ride public transportation, because locals don't really ride that. That's for people going to their next drug deal or people that don't know any better. So if you really want to sense the fear, you get on public transportation and you get all those crackheads all up in your face, just shaking and moving. Give me $1, man. That's our ghost tour. We don't have werewolves, ghost stories. We don't have superstition. We have aggressive crackheads out there. Here's a little disclaimer for the people that are planning on visiting Miami during the spring break. Don't bring your family, especially kids. Don't bring children. It's a bad look as a parent for you to bring children to this city, because if you bring your family, you're going to find yourself in many situations that is going to make you look like a bad influence, because there's temptation everywhere. You're going to succumb to them and you're going to make mistakes. For example, if you bring your family and they're at a hotel, they're going to start wondering where you are. Mommy, where's daddy? Daddy said he was coming home at 10 o'clock. It's 5 in the morning. He's not home yet. Daddy's at Club 11, partying hard. And then when he comes home, his eyes are red, eyelash residue, shirt all fucked up. And then you got to explain to your family where you've been. And even worse, you got to tell your family the vacation's over early because you spent all your money. Daddy ran out of money, but he had a good time. Margaritaville is the biggest tourist trap anywhere you go. If you're traveling anywhere and you see a Margaritaville, you're not traveling. You're a tourist now. If there's a margarita within a mile radius of where you currently are in any city, you're cutting yourself short from experiencing your vacation. You are in the wrong side of town. I'd rather be in the hood of a city I'm visiting than to be in an area where there's a Margaritaville. What are you gonna do when you're on vacation? You're gonna go to the movies? Oh, look, right next to the Margaritaville, there's an AMC movie theater. Why would you do that? Oh, you're from Europe. Yeah, the thing about Europeans is they go to different places and they're just fascinated about anything. I don't have a really good European impression, but here's my attempt. Look at this Cuban man. Look at the size of his cigar. How peculiar. His fedora looks great. Fascinated. That is it for the Miami Comedy Podcast. Don't forget to subscribe. Also check us out on our other social media platforms. Thanks for tuning in. I'll see you on the next episode.